the third iteration of the Concacaf Nations League, and a first ever matchup between these two sides in this competition, a 13th matchup all time between them. A fascinating one being hosted in Trinidad and Tobago in Port of Spain, the northwest of the country. Both of these teams with a big opportunity to push forward. You can see the pitch conditions in the bottom third of your screen, just in the high 80s. Going to be an interesting one. How the two teams handle the heat, both coaches being asked about that. In the preparation for this one, just having to deal with the heat, the cooling break that will surely take place in both halves, and they'll hope that as the night begins to progress, the conditions begin to cool off a little bit. Just to get you set up on this match day one about what we're looking at for these groups. For Group A, and there's two groups in this League A situation. Those 6 teams in Group A alongside Trinidad and Tobago and Curaçao. There's El Salvador, Guatemala, Martinique, and Panama, in addition to the 2 teams obviously playing in today's matchup. They will play 4 matches. The best 2 teams will advance to face off against a top 4 bracket that will be in a quarterfinal stage, taking on Mexico, the United States, Canada, and Costa Rica. The winners of those quarterfinal matchups have the opportunity to go to the Copa America 2024, and the losing quarterfinalists in League A will then have a chance to have a play-in. To the 2 losers will play against another 2 losers, and the winners of those games will move on to the next round in the Copa America in that sense. So some big stakes in this one as these teams get Group A underway. Both of these teams with the opportunity to get 3 points and move themselves into a great spot to, at the very least, secure a stable position in the league, as the bottom 2 teams in this 6-team group will get relegated back down to League B. They've returned from League B. Trinidad and Tobago have. They'll want to maintain their spots in this top tier. I mentioned it's the 13th time they'll play all time. Trinidad has won 6 of those 12 previous meetings, but in the Concacaf Nations League, it's a first ever meeting for these 2 teams. And it's interesting in a lot of senses. Angus Eve had his contract extended very recently for Trinidad and Tobago. He'll be with their services until March of 2024, I should say. While Curaçao, they've got a new man in charge, Dean Gore. The interim will be his first match here today. You can see the 2 teams preparing to come out onto the pitch. It should be a good one between these 2 sides. We'll lay off. We'll allow the pre-match festivities to play out, and after the anthems, we'll show you the lineups, and we'll have kickoff between Trinidad and Tobago and Curaçao from Hasely Crawford Stadium in Trinidad and Tobago.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly remain standing for the national anthem of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
The anthems for the two teams have been played, and we're just about nearing kickoff here on match day 1 of the 2023 Concacaf Nations League from Hasely Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. It's Trinidad and Tobago taking on Curaçao. Seeing the two teams going across your screen. It's going to be an interesting one. Two teams not at full availability in terms of their selections for this one. They'll play each other twice in this group stage, so going to be seeing a lot of each other both here today and in their follow-up match on October 17th. Let's look at the lineup first for Trinidad and Tobago. Angus Eve mentioned that he's got a contract extension through March of 2024. Here's the 11 he's sending out there. Headlined the captain, Aubrey David, going to be holding the captain's armband. We'll see the formation they'll line up with. Played a 4-2-3-1 at times earlier this year. Currently listed as a potential 5-4-1 with some very versatile and flexible players as they're taking their team photo out on the pitch today. Trinidad having a very strong season, strong year in a lot of senses. Trying to translate that into a continued bit of success. They played in the Gold Cup group stage. Had 1 win, 2 defeats. It's part of a mixed bag. See our head official, Stefan Dewar from Jamaica, will be our head official. Sorting things out both between Aubrey David and his opposite captain, Leandro Bacuna. Number 10, going to be headlining Curaçao in their first match under the new man appointed last week. You may have seen it in the early parts of the broadcast. But Dean Gore is the new man in charge. He's got his son out there on the 11 with them. We'll show you the full 11 here in a moment. For Curaçao as they begin to head from right to left after our early processions have been completed. The anthems have been played. And we're gearing ourselves up for our first match here in League A. Here is the side for Curaçao that will be bringing them out. You see both Leandro Bacuna and Juninho Bacuna, the brothers. The captain being the number 10. Should be a very interesting side, and you can see in the top left of your screen, in his first match in charge, his second national team, second for country that will be led by Dean Gore. His son, Kenji, will be one of the forward options for Curaçao as they try and make it a strong start to the tournament. You can see him second from right on that bench as the teams break out. And the white kits from right to left will be Curaçao, and they'll be relying heavily on the services of Leandro Bacuna. 14 goals for the 32-year-old wearing the shirt for Curaçao. On the opposite side, Trinidad, they've had the better end of this match historically with 6 wins, 4 draws, and 2 defeats to Curaçao across them. It's the first time they'll play in the Concacaf Nations League, as Trinidad have been bumped up to League A, and they'll want to maintain their spot by earning a big 3 points in match day 1. And we are underway from Hasely Crawford Stadium. Trinidad and Tobago hosting Curaçao. Match day 1 of the 2023-24 Concacaf Nations League is underway. We'll be seeing how these two teams break out formation-wise in these early moments of the match. It's an early throw earned for Curaçao. Hackshaw dueling for it in the middle of the park. Neville Hackshaw unable to win it back for his side, and played towards his left near hand side. Gore centrally. Romerito out as he flips the pitch quickly. Pass a bit under hit. The press nearly coming off. Rampersad unable to win that back for Trinidad. Dueling for it. One back by the captain, David. Thought about a pass. He's going to keep it himself. Dribbling near hand side. Shaw playing it off. The pass in the channel blocked away. Gore, the first foul of our match committed by Daniel Phillips. Edges over Juninho Bacuna. Will be a free kick for Curaçao. And again, as it is match day one, we'll probably throughout the broadcast continuously update you on just the logistics of this Nations League tournament. There are 2 groups here in League A, comprised of 12 teams. This one's clipped forward, passed down. 2 teams, Trinidad and Curaçao here in Group A. 4 other teams with them. The top 2 in this group will advance to the quarterfinal stage, where they'll join the 4 teams that got automatic byes. The United States, Mexico, Canada, Costa Rica, all having the opportunities to play other international matches during this international window. For the top 2 teams of Group A and Group B, those 4 teams will advance, and the winners of those quarterfinal games will move on to Copa America 2024. The 4 defeated teams will have the opportunity to play each other. The winners of those 2 games will also get a chance to go in as Gore into the box, the first foray forward. It's a high looping header. Hackshaw gets another head to it, pushes it clear. Curaçao with some early possession, recycling things at the back. Flornus. Bacuna trying to switch of play. Headed away by Russell Jr. Markelo can toss it back in. Here's Julian Gari. Playing very deep is Leandro Bacuna. Romerito, Bacuna. First time saying Trevor Dornbush's name in goal. Juninho Bacuna edged off of it, does well to win it back, and he can carry it forward as the referee plays advantage. Bacuna. David is wise to it. Neville Hackshaw contributes with him, and Trinidad and Tobago wins the ball back. Romerito to Bacuna. Leandro Bacuna. Back to him. Gore. 1-2, brilliantly played. Kenji Gore into the box. On the right foot, shot blocked. First attempt, it's scraped away. Corner kick conceded by Trinidad. Kenji Gore, a threatening move forward, driving with it. Got it onto his right foot. Comes up after a nice bit of progression. Let's see it again. The 1-2 made its way up this left-hand side very well. That one's dealt with. Foul committed on the corner kick behind your screen. No major threat. Should note, Shannon Gomez just did very well. As you could see, he was stumbling, trying to catch up with Gore, doing a good job to avoid colliding with him. Ball flicked on. Romerito, center of the pitch. Bit of time to pick out an option. Bacuna. Nice pass to break the lines. Shifting to the left side. Kenji Gore onto the left, goes down to the box, there's appeals to the referee. He's going to get back up and can pick it back up. Clever pass. Flornus appeals for the handball. Twice now, penalty appeals denied. David puts a foot in, wins it back. Chance though, into the area. Clever ball. Dragged across goal. Will an opportunity sit up? Margarita plays a low one. Will it sit up for him? Oh, his shot got under it and lifted over, but some massive opportunities. Curaçao controlling the opening 7 minutes of this one. Juro Margarita just not able to catch proper approaches on that. Very exciting, though, the 23-year-old. Margarita is in making his debut for Curaçao. Actually moving to Azerbaijan Premier League. As Nabil Hackshaw collecting in the middle of the park. One back though. Gore centrally. Poor pass. An opportunity now for Trinidad and Tobago to break potentially. First time for him to stretch his legs. He's brought down. Foul committed. Kyle Overe getting the chance to stretch his legs against his opposite number, Kevin Felita. We'll see him just a bit of a drop of the shoulder, dragging the ball away. Felita left a foot in. Brought down Overe and committing the free kick. Offers him an opportunity. Kyle Overe as well as Ryan Telfer are both standing over this one. First set piece of substance for Trinidad and Tobago. Telfer over it. Overe whipping it forward. Nodded away. Hackshaw putting it back in the mixer. Telfer, can he get there? Knocks it out. Is it for a corner or a goal kick? It's going to be for a goal. If you're a goal kick or a throw, rather, it's going to be a goal kick. Ryan Telfer trying to track that one down. Experienced forward. Played in Canada, Cyprus, now playing in Miami for Miami FC. Scored 8 goals and 20 appearances for the national side. Trevor Dornbush is prepping to take that goal kick. His second appearance for the national team. Played a 0-0 draw with Puerto Rico back in June, made his debut then. Yet to concede a goal for Curaçao. Be tested yet again here. The pass, a dangerous one. Bacuna's wise to it and can carry it. Pick out his brother Juninho. Juninho Bacuna carrying, has Gore to his left. Kenji Gore slowly forward to the byline. Picked up, dealt with by Denzel Smith. A constant threat though. Kenji Gore is providing some major substance on the left wing. Into the channel. Nice move by Curaçao. What can they do here? Options in the box. Juninho Bacuna kicked off of him. Big old kick. He was there. There was a few in the area. Angelo Marco just couldn't quite pick out an option. But Curaçao looking very dangerous in the attack in the opening 10+ minutes. Again, you'll see it, just the clearance by David. Ended up just knocking off Bacuna, and the threat will completely dissipate for Curaçao. Out of play. Visitors winning the ball back yet again. Wherever you're joining us from around the world, on whatever platform, we greatly appreciate you tuning in for this match day 1 match between Trinidad and Tobago and Curaçao. Big implications. Advancement to the next round, maintaining the League A position, Copa America qualification, all at stake here. Nice drop of the shoulder by Gari, goes to the right side. Markelo trying to progress that one forward, just couldn't quite link up with Felita. Phillips to Hackshaw. Here's David. Denzel Smith. No nonsense, puts it long. foul off the ball. The eights clashing. Phillips and Romeroto, the referee, ruling for a foul in favor of Curaçao, and they'll get a free kick. Lofted forward. Juninho Bacuna was tussling for it, unable to come up with it. Physical tussle that will be developing up front. Malcolm Shaw trying to put his body into his opposite number, Gari. Kenji Gore. Bacuna. Julian Gari, some space to stretch his legs into. Opportunity up this right channel. A reset. Dornbush to Bacuna. Clever pass, breaks some lines. Florness, his pass blocked away. Not fully dealt with the danger though. Smith has to put a foot through it. Again, just be recollected by Curaçao. We're really piling on the possession. Kenji Gore. Foul committed. Just getting in front of Smith, or David rather. Nice bit of forward play by Brandley Kuis. And it has been the visitors who have really dominated this early spell of the match. Limited opportunities for Trinidad and Tobago. Haven't created a clear-cut opportunity for themselves yet. But the possession has been promising. Pass on the underlap is blocked away. Gari trying to keep it in play after blocking the pass. He will do so, but he'll end up fouling his opponents. Awkward coming together between him and Malcolm Shaw. Shaw a little slow to get up. Feeling a little discomfort in his knee, but he's looking promising to get back into play. We'll see it again as Gari trying to just keep it in play. He'll succeed in doing that, but Shaw was on hand to capitalize. You just see an awkward coming together between the two of them, and even just a handball by Gari to fully seal the deal. Malcolm Shaw back moving around. Forward is looking for his first goal for Trinidad and Tobago. There's one over the top to chase. Strength, great touch. Oh, just can't quite get the right purchase on it. Ryan Telford, though, out of nothing. Nearly an opportunity. Chance here to keep play ticking along. Here's Justin Garcia. Rampersad. Aubrey David. Hackshaw. Clever pass out to the left-hand side. Driving forward is Russell Jr. It's blocked away. First corner of the match. Going to be coming here for the hosts. Ross Russell just driving forward. A clever pass by Hackshaw to find him. His cross blocked away. And now a chance for some service. We'll see it again. Just a really nice bit of strength here by Telford to fight for it. And a really clever touch. Just maybe that ball not sitting as much as he would have liked it to. Almost deaded itself a little. Here's the corner though. High, arcing into the box. Flicked on. Margarita can drive it forward. Just can't quite link up with Gore. Here's Russell. Pair of shots for Curaçao. None yet for Trinidad and Tobago. Telford the closest to putting one on. Just couldn't get his footing right the way the ball sat up for him. Gore provided the pressure. Slight hand to the back. The pass. Fornes can go pick it up. Gari just carrying it forward. Markolo. Gore keeps it in play. One-on-one. Kenji Gore stays with it. Keeps possession ticking. Flornus. Romerito. Bakuna. From left to right. Markolo. Leandro Bakuna. Center back, ranging forward. His pass blocked away. A lot of space to drive into now. Tracking back with numbers, but also driving with numbers. A really nice tackle going towards his own goal. Nice defensive work. Angelo Margarita. A youngster coming in to big effect so far. Popping up with a defensive contribution there. Had one of the two shots, just caught under it. In the 18. Kenji Gore. He's one-on-one. Driving onto the right foot. Tackle put in. It's right at the top of the 18. Dangerous spot to be in. Flornus can pick up the loose one. As Trinidad tried to progress that forward. Gari sliding this one. Bakuna. Picks out Juninho Bakuna. The back heel, blocked away. Ambitious effort. He'll put a foot in, win it back. Gore. Driving onto the right. Gore gets under it. That one goes well wide. Kenji Gore, a constant threat. Thorn in the side for the Soka Warriors, but he's not been able to produce a moment of magic as of yet. Pair of goals and 14 appearances for Curaçao. Difference for this 15th appearance, though, he's playing for his father. Dean Gore, the new head coach, being brought in last week. Moving on from Remco Vicente. And now got the former Suriname head man at the helm for Curaçao. It's his first match. It's a big one of major substance. Spoke before the match about the honor, the pride that he feels, given the opportunity to lead Curaçao. Now to the right-hand side. It is Curaçao on the attack. Markolo. Romerito centrally. Margarita. Pass initially blocked. Juninho. Gore. Low one into the box. Hold up play. Trying to stay with it. Was Brandley Kuis. He will collect it. Romerito. Leandro Bakuna working his way out a bit of pressure. Malcolm Shaw been limited in his ability to be on the ball throughout the first 20 minutes of this match. Kenji Gore. To the byline, Gore, initial one blocked, it bounces back up for him, trying a second time, repelled again. They'll accept a corner, that's to just roll out of play, and a chance if they want to. This is Father Dean looks on, they'll go short, Juninho Bacuna. Scoops it into the box, Juninho Bacuna on goal, saved, first shot on target of the match. Dealt with well by Denzel Smith, curled into his hands. But had to be alert. It's Curaçao continuing to grow in threats and in stature. Smith long. Brilliant tackle by Gare just to win that one back. Gare clipping one forward. Nodded away on the first attempt. Hackshaw chests it down. Accepting a bit of pressure. Play it off to Russell. And Hackshaw can put a foot through it. Drive it forward. Malcolm Shaw appealing. They'll win the side. The ball back. Malcolm Shaw doing some diligent forward work. I believe he was actually fouled in the situation. The referee is going to give a free kick in this particular instance. To the bench for Trinidad and Tobago. Wonder how they're viewing the first 25 minutes of this one. They've accepted a lot of pressure, but defensively they've been strong. They've bent, but they haven't broken. Just the one shot on target for Denzel Smith to have to deal with so far. Slide tackle in, just a hair late. Aubrey David playing around with it a little bit. Can slide it forward. Great strength shown by Ryan Telfer to just stay with it. Just pass it back to David. He'll pass it to Smith. Rampersad forward. A lot of space on the right-hand side if they could get it over there, but dropping too deep for the ball. Hackshaw. He'll aim to the right-hand side and a lot of space moving forward. Gomez in the 18. Gomez, it's blocked away. Corner kick given. Shannon Gomez, though, in a great pocket of space picked out by Nabil Hackshaw. The opportunity for the corner kick for Trinidad and Tobago. Ryan Telfer the man to take. Telfer with the left. Back post, the header just wide. The first shot for Trinidad and Tobago. Garcia climbing to get his head to it. Was a tough one for him to try and shape towards goal. May not have been Garcia, may have been David, as a matter of fact, who got his head to it. Regardless, the shot off target. Curaçao back with possession. Promotion and relegation returning to the Nations League for this third iteration. Curaçao finishing bottom of their group last time round as they flip this one forward. It's going to sit up a bit. David gets there first. Finished bottom of their group, but no relegation the last time. It's just groups of 3, so they were bringing teams up. That one's kicked off of Malcolm Shaw, conceding the throw. And Trinidad actually didn't win their group to get promoted. Nicaragua did with 14 points from 6. Trinidad having 13. But some issues with player registration and fielding ineligible players. Nicaragua not being promoted. They stayed in League B. Trinidad promoted in their place. And here they are in League A, the opportunity to try and drive themselves on to a Copa America spot. Try at least advance, stay in the group. Return to League A, they played there in the 2019 Concacaf Nations League. Gore, Fornus, Juninho Bacuna. Was he fouled? Referee says yes after a bit of a think. May have been giving time for an advantage, but Juninho Bacuna in some obvious discomfort. We'll get some time. Bacuna just letting it run onto his right foot and just going to slide this pass forward, and just a lot of contact, just a clash of knees. They'll hope it's nothing major. The trainer's obviously out there quickly for Juninho Bacuna. Bacuna making his 22nd appearance for Curaçao. 3 goals in that time. Last scored in September of last year. And a brace against St. Vincent and the Grenadines in a March 2021 World Cup qualifier. Currently plying his trade for Birmingham City in England. He's made over 100 appearances for Huddersfield Town, playing for them in their 2018-19 Premier League season. He's back to his feet a little slowly. Looks to be that left leg that is the source of his discomfort. Just about half hour to this one. Both teams have had the opportunity to get some water, get some brief refreshment, not a proper cooling break, but a cooling break light, as both teams have been able to hear some words from their head coach. As you can see, Bradley Kouis doing, get some water on their face. It's beginning to cool down a little bit. Nearing 6:30 here local time. We're in the high 80s at kickoff. Beginning to tick down a little bit, but still a hot, humid day for both teams have to combat through. But you can see the bottom right of your screen. Juninho Bacuna moving slowly, but he's staying on the pitch. A lot to think about after the first 30 minutes. Has to be encouraged by what he saw from his side. So the first 30 minutes of his reign, Leandro Bacuna trying a switch of play. It's passed away. Nabil Hackshaw can collect. Malcolm Shaw. Do the shots for you in the top left of your screen. 4-1. Curaçao currently edging that mark, a header off a corner. The lone shot for Trinidad and Tobago up to this point. Ryan Telfer had a decent opportunity on a long ball over the top, but really, opportunities been few and far to come by for the hosts of the first half hour of this one. Clipped forward, dangerous. Fornus gets ahead to it and then fully puts his foot through it. It's cleared away. And results the same. It's a throw. Telfer. Bit of strength. Says it's last touched by his opponent, and it was indeed. The referee agrees. He took the last corner from this near side. He looks to be the man to take it again. Telfer whips it in towards the back post, headed back towards goal, saved on the goal line. Relatively routine stop for Trevor Dornbush, but has to get in the way of a header by Aubrey David, and the center back will roam back. Tackle put in. Ryan Telfer. Foul. They're coming together between Daniel Phillips and Nathangelo Marcolo, and results Free kick for Curaçao. Shaw has Telfer. Clever pass if Telfer can get there. Asks just too much of him. Can be cleared away by Markelo. Margarita is on hand in the press defensively. There were some numbers on that near side, on the far side I should say, for Trinidad and Tobago, but they couldn't quite pull it off. Felita trying to switch of play. Gore was on hand, but the header nodded down. Carrying it in field, feeling the effects of a challenge. Sliding in is Russell. Fall kindly, then carry forward. Shaw comes a pass off. Touch, but dealt with in the end by Smith. Gari heading to back from where it came from. Curaçao pressing high up the pitch. Telfer brings it down cleverly, can scoop one forward. It's a foot race now. Poked away, couldn't quite get it to the feet of Gomez. Juninho Baguna, his brother Leandro. Baguna will get it back. Florinus. Really nice switch of play. Curaçao with numbers progressing forward. There's appeals, mass appeals for handball, but they cool off quickly. Matches in Group A coming up later tonight. Panama taking on Martinique. Guatemala playing against El Salvador. All 6 teams in Group A of League A will be playing today. We'll have a great sense after tonight's contests where these teams sit after match day 1. 4 games in this Swiss-style format. Not a round robin. Won't play everybody as Kenji Gore begins the foray forward. Curaçao will be next up, taking on Martinique, and they'll host Panama, and they'll host Trinidad and Tobago in their 4 matches. David puts a foot through it and clears it away. Trinidad and Tobago take on El Salvador in the second match of this international window, then Guatemala, and then obviously the aforementioned second matchup against Curaçao. That one going to be with them traveling instead of being the hosts. But it's an intriguing situation. There's 5 other teams in the group, but you won't play all 5. And in this instance, you'll only play 3 for both of these sides. Angelo Marcolo passing it back. Gari. Jurian Gari back with it. Gonna try and pick out Marcolo. We'll get to him. Allowed to roll out for a throw. Patient in the name of the game for Curaçao. Not rushing anything in the attacking third. Gore does well to control that one. One-on-one with his opposite number. Telfer with the supports. Florianus thought about a ball in the box, opted against it. Gore. Juro Margarita quickly double teamed, passes his way out of it. Oh, a brilliant leave. Juninho Bacuna in a lot of space, top of the 18. It's blocked with a brilliant tackle to dive in. Just a really nicely worked move by Curaçao. Some vital defending. Margarita into the box, pass just too heavy. Denzel Smith is wise to it, comes off his line. Smith making just his third appearance. A pair of unexperienced goalkeepers at the national team level. Experience number 2 for Dornbush, number 3 for Smith. Played a pair of 45-minute games in friendlies against Jamaica earlier this season. This year, I should say, rather. Back in March of 2023. Sliding in, Telfer brought down. Florianus, the man committing the foul. We see it again as Telfer just does well to get his body in the way, and he's brought down. Florianus nowhere close to the ball. Referee keeps his cards in his pocket. Does give the foul against the left back. Another foul committed. This one in a similar spot where they've served one up before, so we'll see if Trinidad will linger and try and put one in. Avre, the man, getting in front of it, getting knocked down. 19 years of age, making his 9th appearance. Currently with Sporting KC in the MLS. It's both him and Telfer, a pair of players plying their trades in America, who are standing over this one. Avre, who whipped it in last time. He'll whip it in again. Bit under hit. Nodded away. Telfer gets in front of it though, wins another foul. Ryan Telfer in and involved in the first 45, and a first yellow card of the match produced. Gottfried Romerto, the man, catches the referee's eye as he just gets across his opponent, brings him down, ball well gone. First yellow card. Brandish for the midfielder. He's combative players. We'll see how that impacts his game. And we'll see what Trinidad and Tobago want to cook up here. This one, you'd say probably just inside shooting range. Could definitely serve one up. Regardless, you're going to want to make it awkward for that man, Trevor Dornbush. Trying to get his wall formulated. But can we see a breakthrough late on in this first half? Confirmation, top left of your screen. Romerto, the man who has been booked. Phillips goes over it. Ryan Telfer to the back post, headed up. On goal, it's in, but the foul went before. Maybe an offsides, may have been a foul, but it writes off a spectacular finish from Malcolm Shaw. Heard the whistle go, but Shaw was prepared to put his foot up for it regardless. And the referee's indicating a minute of a foul at the back post. Justin Garcia using his hands. Let's see it again. Watch at the back post. Garcia does climb on his opponent a little bit. You see it there, and he nods it back down the bicycle for Shaw. So the referee blowing for the foul before the spectacular from Shaw. We'll talk about a way to blow a match open after not a ton going on in the first 45 for Trinidad and Tobago in the attacking third. Malcolm Shaw showing what he's got in his locker. Bacuna to Bacuna. Juninho, his pass blocked away. Juninho Bacuna out wide. Margarita. Marklo to his right. Quick 1-2. Romerito trying one towards the byline. Kept in play, knocked out. Gonna be a corner late on in this first half. Some last-ditch defending by Ross Russell. Had to be alert. Nathangelo Marklo was sprinting towards the byline, kept it in play, but took no risks, didn't know what was behind him, knocked it out. Brown Nicuis and Joe Margarita, the players that are going over to offer options on this corner. They'll go short, quick 1-2. Margarita, flag stays down. Slides it back onto the left. Faked it. On the right foot, whipped in, dangerous. Set up for Kenji Gore. Scooped. Tall header. Just getting rid of it was Justin Garcia. Shaw can't bring it down to carry it forward in the final 30-plus seconds till we get our stoppage time. Clever switch of play. Kenji Gore onto the right. Gore, it's blocked. Sits up. Flag was raised. You can tell just by the casual nature that Margarita was applying to it. They knew he was probably offsides, and he was indeed. Flag goes up. Smith goes long. You can see the fourth official only 2 minutes up. We'll have 2 minutes of added time to close out this first 45 minutes. Looking for a breakthrough still. Foul from behind. Godfrey Romerito called for the foul there. He has to be careful. He was booked just a few moments ago, his first foul post-yellow card. That one not close to another yellow, but the referee having to instruct him that the push was not well received. Andre Rampersad can stand over this. Ryan Telfer, as well as Shannon Gomez, can both offer some wisdom. We'll see what Trinidad want to do with this. It'd be the dream moment to score. Both teams have to tear up halftime notes. It'd be a happy tearing for Trinidad if they could do it. Far side. Appeals from both teams. It's a corner kick. Set piece to set piece. Kele Avre is the man who will be over there. Goes short. Phillips. Avre. Phillips. Just stood up forward. Telfer gets ahead to it. Player goes down to the box. Referee says no. It's cleared away for a corner. There's going to be a bit of an appeal from Aubrey David to the referee, saying that maybe there was a foul in the area. And appreciate the contact against Malcolm Shaw. We'll try and see it again before the corner is taken. We'll see. Just coming together, it appeared to be between the two players. As Aubrey press take it, whips it in, headed away. We've had our 2 minutes. The referee says that's enough from this first 45. Neither team able to break open the scoring. Trinidad and Tobago 0, Curaçao 0 after our first 45 minutes. An intriguing first half for both sides, but nothing to separate them and no moment to break it down. Angus Eve and Dean Gorey will have 15 minutes to figure things out, try and tweak some things, try and come out with some threat in the second half. We'll come back in a moment with some highlights and some stats. But currently, Trinidad and Tobago 0, Curaçao 0 is where we stand at halftime.
Qatar Airways is proud to be the official air partner of the Concacaf Nations League. Flights over 160 destinations worldwide with one of the world's best airlines and enjoy a seamless and effortless travel experience. Be the first to watch the highlights of this game in our official YouTube channel at the Concacaf.
Welcome back to Hasely Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. It is Trinidad and Tobago 0, Curaçao 0 after the first 45 minutes in our opening match of Group A in the 2023-24 Concacaf Nations League Group, or League A, I should say. It's been an interesting one so far. Neither side able to create a moment of major substance, major material to draw from, but an opportunity for both head coaches to try and impart some wisdom and some tweaks after that first half. And in the white kits from left to right will be the visitors, Curaçao, and the red kits from right to left will be Trinidad and Tobago. And you'd imagine the visitors, the happier of the two sides after that first half. Dean Gore in his first match after being appointed last week, having a kind of a stronger showing, 60% possession, more shots, probably just the better showing in terms of control of the match throughout. There were some opportunities for Trinidad and Tobago, especially from set pieces, so something to watch out for if they continue to earn those across the rest of this match. But neither team really able to have an attack from start to finish really complete, as the pass out of play, no foul given, means that it's going to be a throw for Trinidad and Tobago. Both teams probably could do with being a bit sharper in the attacking third, but their first match of two here in this international window, you'd forgive them for needing a little bit of time to get acclimated. Beginning to cool down here in the northwest of Trinidad and Tobago. Russell Jr. back. Smith puts a foot through it. It's a bit of an awkward spin, but it will sit up. Pass intended for Shaw, but couldn't quite link up. Romaruto maintains his spot in the 11. He is the lone man on a yellow card out there on the field after that first 45. So he is probably the one to watch. Typically playing at the deepest line of these midfielders for Curaçao. Brilliant pass, picks out an option forward. Juninho driving, right foot, low shot, dangerous, saved, picked up. Juninho Bacuna, how about that for a move? Probably one of the best opportunities we've seen in the match so far, just driving onto the right foot. Showing his speed and his capabilities with the ball at his feet. Just a shot a bit low, a bit central. Easy for Denzel Smith to deal with. To win a throw, though, Curaçao, much like the first half, beginning the aggressors with a bit more tempo so far. I'm Jack Edwards, delighted to be with you wherever you're joining us from. Marco Lowe plays it. Romaruto will slide it across. Pass fizzed forward. Just couldn't quite link up with Joe Margarita. Making his first appearance, a lot of optimism around him. Recently moving from Portugal. That's a nice turn by Shaw. He's brought down, just incredible strength from him. Malcolm Shaw hasn't been able to get in the game too much, but dropping deep, linking up play, just putting his body into opponents, been doing an effective job there, especially here. Drawing in Julian Gari and draws the foul. This one, a deep one, but again, an opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago if they wanted to. As I say that, though, they won't go for the set piece. They'll just get play recycling, moving the ball around. Hackshaw clips one. Forward, dangerous. Telfer, it's just away from him, eludes him. A stretching clearance does enough to knock it away. Hackshaw, nice turn in the middle of the park. 4 white jerseys around him, evades them all. Nice drop of the shoulder. The pass out wide just couldn't quite come off. On the precipice of a nice move by Trinidad and Tobago. They win the loose one. They can clip it out wide. Into the box, coming together. Referee keeps whistling away from his mouth. Nothing given either way. It'll be a throw in the end after a lot of contact, a lot of coming together. But the precedent has been set. Referee being very cautious. It's going to be a high bar for a penalty. We'll see just a massive duel between the two players. No foul given there, nor here. Seems pretty consistent from the referee. And some words with Angus Eve after that one, just to make sure that he wasn't feeling too unhappy after the decisions. You could argue against his side, but made no decision either way. The captain, David. Auvray. Shaw making a run. Auvray burst of speed, just couldn't quite get the second touch after powering forward. Florinus. He kicks it off Telfer. It'll be a throw. This is the 13th meeting between these sides. Trinidad and Tobago have typically had the better end of them, winning 6 of the first 12. 4 draws, 2 wins for Curaçao, but it is the first ever meeting in the Concacaf Nations League, so setting some history in that sense, and a chance for a fresh slate. The challenge put in from behind, clean according to the referee. Curaçao can progress. Been a very fluid right-hand side for Curaçao. Hard to really kind of pinpoint players in the attacking end, how they've been kind of ending up. Margalo, Margarita, very flexible. It is Margarita with it now. Nice drop of the shoulder. Can move in field. Stays with it. Slides it back. Juninho Bacuna. Margarita made the run, but wasn't picked out. Into the box. Tracking back defensively. Smith didn't know if it was a back pass, put a foot through it, took no risks. Shaw, some great work as a forward to just press and fight for that. He will commit the foul, though. Malcolm Shaw called for a foul, getting a foot caught up with Nathangelo Margalo, and referee siding with Curaçao. Quickly get us back underway. Dangerous ball forward. Probing. Oh, just couldn't quite link up. Kevin Fleeta got caught up a little bit, so the 1-2 didn't quite come off. Brandon Koo was trying to just slide it back to him. Romeroto in the press. Has to be careful, though. He's on a yellow card. So couldn't quite put a foot in maybe like he'd like to if he had a clean slate. Nice drop of the shoulder. Phillips felt the effects of a challenge. He plays it off, but the referee will blow for the foul after considering an advantage, and Daniel Phillips needed a moment to collect himself, but he'll get back to his feet. He'll get back to 1 foot, and now 2, as Daniel Phillips, young midfielder, currently playing in Scotland. Spent a lot of time with Chelsea and Watford in his youth career. Just 22 years of age. Foul called. 2 fouls in quick succession against Curaçao. You say, but almost all threats from Soca Warriors in that first 45 came from set pieces. You wonder if this is too deep for them to take one here, or if Ryan Telfer, as he walks away from it, probably won't be the option to take. Yeah, they'll opt to go recycle it, move it around to the back. Possession again swung well in the favor of Curaçao in that first 45. 60% of it, probably a similar figure here in the second half so far. Switch of play, well done. Kele Ovray on the right foot, dangerous, just wide. Probably the closest we've come so far today to seeing a goal. Breaking this one open, it's the 19-year-old who was trying to do it himself. Let's check it out again as the switch of play picks him out. And he shifts it onto the right foot very well. He had a lot of space. He was afforded a lot of it by Markelo. The shot didn't test Dornbush in the end. Dornbush still yet to concede a goal. A Curaçao kit. This being just his second appearance, though, his clean sheet against Puerto Rico in a friendly, the only other time that he's played for Curaçao so far. Nice foot put in. Andre Rampersad, some nice defensive work done by him. Telfer clipping one forward. It's dangerous. Shaw, can he bring it down? The first touch was nice, but defensively, Julian Gari got across, dealt with it, and he can track it down. As they're coming together off the ball between Shaw and looked to be Merkelo, and the referee's going to want a moment with the two players. Got our first sub of the match. Phillips coming out of the game. Dwayne Muckett is coming in his place. You can see Muckett just immediately up front with Shaw in quick conversation. On the flip side, another sub being prepared. This time on the flip side, Juninho Bacuna, his day will come to an end. Was a threat in that first 56 or so minutes, but he comes out.
Leaving the game is number 7, Juninho Bacuna. Entering the game is number 21, Justin Ohenia. Substitution, Curaçao.
Justin Ohenia, the man coming on in his place.
Out, number 7, Juninho Bacuna.
One back by Trinidad and Tobago. First touches for the sub. Merkelo tracking back, does enough defensively. Gari, bit of a dangerous touch, but did enough. There's no nonsense. Knocked out of play. Referee says that was last touch by Trinidad and Tobago. From our angle, I think it was untouched as it was passed out, but Curaçao, slight break, and they'll get another throw in further up the pitch, and they can really begin to dissipate the pressure they were going under for a few moments. David Clever to the spin, steps up, his pass, under hit. Was looking for Telfer. Won't be caught out though defensively. You get to see the bit of frustration for Margarita at the bottom of your screen. Was hoping maybe for a switch of play to himself, but in the end, Curaçao quickly turning it back over. Getting to about an hour into this one. You would say Curaçao maybe have controlled things a bit more in this meeting, but obviously nothing to show for it for either side. All to play for. All they need is one moment to break it through. The flick on. It's dangerous. Shaw going to make life awkward. Dornbush. Offsides given. Coming back from a offside position was Brandley Kuwas. The flag goes up. Rampersad. Marquette. That one tough to deal with. Goes over the head of Kele Avre. The pass a bit overhit. They'll want Denzel Smith to come off his line, and he will indeed. Come claim and deal with it. Poor pass. Miscommunication between the two players. Garcia and Russell not on the same wavelength. They pass him out of play. Merkalo. Romeroto. Bakuna, low one. Clever first touch. Curaçao, dangerous. David had to take over himself. Wanted to leave it for Smith, but in the end, realized there was a chance. Drove forward himself. His ball forward is causing some trouble. Here's Trinidad and Tobago. Slide it back to Smith. Match has been open. There for the taking for either team. Telfer. Okay. Here's Russell. Not a good sign. Russell just going down off the ball. Bottom of your screen. Looks to be in some obvious discomfort. The referee will pause play. Allow him to get some attention. But Ross Russell Jr. just hitting the ground, and you can see them immediately looking at that right leg. They'll hope it's just a cramp and nothing more serious. Currently about 84 in Port of Spain and Trinidad and Tobago. Still hot, difficult conditions to play through. Russell Jr. back to his feet. We'll see if he can play on. Yes, looks to be that right calf that is the problem spot. And he's getting tended to in the way that you'd expect a return to the match is likely to come for him. They're currently down to 10. Avre dropping deep into the left back role from left wing just to fill in the meantime, make sure defensively they don't get caught out. Stabbed forward. Hackshaw, it's awkward. He was offsides though, tracking back. Coming together between Hackshaw. Referee may not take too kindly to that. Match boiling over a little bit. Naveal Hackshaw in the center of it, as was Kevin Felida. There was an offsides, a bit of a push from Hackshaw. Kevin Fleet had been booked, and I believe Hackshaw will be the second recipient in this situation of the yellow card as well. It will be indeed. Both players booked after a bit of afters after the ball went away. So now 3 players in the referee's book out on the field. Both of them will join Gottfried Romerito in that sense. And it will be a free kick for Trinidad and Tobago. We'll just see it again. The whistle had been gone at this point. He was offsides. Slight push. Maybe a slight kick out in return. He almost shaped up like he was going to throw it. You can see a bit of a flinch from Felida, but the referee in the end opting that both players were enough at fault. Takes 2 to tango, and they tangoed themselves into a pair of yellow cards. It's clipped forward. Headed away. Nice speed to get there. Shannon Gomez got to it. Paquette. Pass under hit for Hackshaw. 1 back though. Rampersad doing enough after losing it to win it back. Thought about trying to switch play and find a teammate, but his pass a bit under hit. Margarita just not able to get that one moving forward. Avre couldn't either. Hackshaw can step across and get there. Again, he's on a yellow card now, so as a central midfielder, always players that will be in constant contact with their opponents. Confirmed Hackshaw. You can see the top left of your screen. It was Nabil Hackshaw, one of the players to be booked, as was Kevin Felida of Curaçao. Rampersad. You also can see Russell is back out on the pitch, making the overlapping run. It'll be played to him, back out on the field. Russell to the byline. He earns aside a corner kick, it looks, and indeed, coming back on, had a bit of calf discomfort. Had to work hard to get to that one. He earned aside a corner. You're going to see him streaking forward to offer the option for Kylie Overlay, or Offray, I should say, excuse me. And he's down in some discomfort again. Second time now in just a matter of a few moments, and definitely didn't help after needing a bit of tending to. That immediately comes back and sprints forward on the overlap. It's the kind of player he is. Wants to offer that support, wants to offer that option. And we'll see if he's got enough in the tank and if the CAF will allow him to continue to play the role he does at left back. But again, Trinidad will be down to 10 for a moment. They've got a corner. Avre to take. Whips it in. Headed away. It was an awkward angle. Back to him. To the back post. Headed towards goal, but over. David again getting on the end of one in the box on a corner. But Aubrey David not able to shape that one towards goal. It goes out for another goal kick. Switch of play. Markelo. Not sure I've said the name of Kenji Gore in the second half. As nice bit of control. Margarita Bakuna. He's shifted forward after some substitutions. Was playing as center back to start. His brother Juninho Bakuna went off. He's gone forward. He's appealing for the foul. I think he's going to get it. He will indeed. It's a free kick. Goes quick into the box. Across goal. Oh, just wide of the target. It took a deflection on the way. And a vital one. It was a dangerous, dangerous spot. And talk about just immediate commentator's curse. Kenji Gore immediately getting on the end of that after I said hadn't made much of a contribution in the second half. Nearly breaking the score open. Trying to get on the end of this one. Bradley Kouis, and looks like a foot was put in, and just to get rid of it and deal with it. Clever work by Leandro Bakuna to go quick with it. Go quick with the corner as well. Trying to stand it up and just flip it over, but unable to pull it off, and a nice turn to break through the two opponents. as well check his run. Won't try and get into a massive foot race, and instead will earn his side a throw. Numbers can get back, but it'll be possession for the Soka Warriors. In case you're just joining us, or you're interested in the competition as a whole, this is the Concacaf Nations League. It's the match day 1. First match here in League A. There are 16 teams in total in League A, 12 teams consolidated into 2 groups of 6. This is Group A that we're playing in here. Curaçao, El Salvador, Guatemala, Martinique, Panama, and Trinidad and Tobago at the sides in that group, as you see a sub coming in here. Rion Moore is going to be coming onto the pitch. He'll be coming on in place of Malcolm Shaw. Swap up front. Moore with 5 goals. 1 back. Martinique. We'll get back to the competition discussion in a moment, but just the confirmation again there. Rion Moore coming on for Trinidad and Tobago, their second sub of this second half. Played forward to the channel, stood up, dangerous, knotted down. Hackshaw has to be careful. He's careful enough, and they hook it away. First touches off the bench. They were dangerous, they were positive from Rion Moore, but taken away. Just to get back to it, 6 teams in this Group A. This is our first match between them. There will be 4 matches played by each team. You see shots on the top left of your screen. Again, swinging the way of Curaçao. 7-4 in that mark. Ohania playing that back to his keeper. The top 2 teams in this group will advance to the quarterfinal stage, where they will join Mexico, United States, Canada, and Costa Rica. The top 4 sides getting a bye from this stage of the competition. It's Margarita, or just a throw. They get a bye, and the winners of those quarterfinal games earn a spot in Copa America 2024. There is a Group B as well. Their top 2 teams will also be sent to the next stage. Another pair of subs being prepared, this time from Curaçao. Godfried Moreto is coming out. He was booked. Unsurprising sub there in that sense. Brandley Kuas as well coming out of the match. Jafar Arias coming in. Loli Bonavacia also coming into the match. So there's 3 subs now being made by Curaçao. Margarita. Clever footwork. The back heel, can they get to him? Into the box, taken off of him. 1 back. Kuna. Margarita gets onside. Checks it back, his pass just off. Was that a foul committed? Referee says yes, it was. Leandro Bacuna was brought down, and it stops the counter from Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of frustration for Andre Rampersad, but he concedes a free kick in a dangerous spot. Got about 18 minutes left of the 90, plus stoppage time to come. Still waiting for a goal to break open this match. They'll go short and they'll go quick with it. Implications of this one is bottom 2 sides of the group will get relegated. Telfer on the break. Ryan Telfer, bit of strength. Defensively, though, strong as well. Curaçao standing up. Kenji Gore, a foot race. Can he get there first? He cannot. Stout defensive work by both sides. Clever passing triangle. The ball over the top. Was it brought down with a hand? It was indeed. Frustrations for the home crowd. But the referee says Rion Moore cannot try and shape one towards goal. It hit a hand. But the chaotic sequence in the end, Curaçao free kick, and they'll get us back underway quickly. These 2 teams will play each other twice in the Swiss format of this group. The 4 games played in this group stage. They'll open and close first match and 4th match. Once hosted by Trinidad, once by Curaçao. No foul given. into the box. It's Moore just wide of goal, agonizingly wide. Rion Moore played in the best chance of the match, and he just can't get it in. Let's see it again. Ryan Telfer, great work defensively to win it back. No foul was given. Just slid it forward for Moore, and he just couldn't put it on goal. But the game beginning to open up. Opportunities to come for both sides, surely. That one falling for Moore, and he couldn't put it in the back of the net. Clever turn. The foul one. Felita committing it. Muckett winning it. Here's Hackshaw. Put his head down and drive forward. Ryan Telfer. What can he do? Onto the left. Staying with it. May have lost his footing a little bit. Kept in play. It's coming together off the ball. Curaçao player down, a bit of discomfort. Referee going to allow the opportunity now after it's kicked out by Kenji Gore. It's Kevin Felita, the man who was down. He was just coming together off the ball, and he's a little slow to recover after the effects. See it again, just wasn't even coming together. He kind of just stopped in front of Telfer. Looked like it was coming together, but never good to see just kind of non-contact, just leg issue. Looks to be around the right knee area. He's back to his feet. They were bringing out padding to potentially help if he needed to be stretchered off, but Felita back to his feet enough to walk off under his own power. We'll see if he returns to play or if he's going to be brought off. One last sub period to be made for Curaçao. They've made 3 subs already. He does look prepared to come back in. And we'll see if Telfer will do the sporting thing. I think they're just confirming that they should toss it back after they toss it out of play. And indeed, Telfer will toss it back into Curaçao. It is Trinidad and Tobago and Curaçao. Glad to be here with you live. It's match day 1 of the 2023-24 Concacaf Nations League. Pass under hit by Auvray. An opportunity now to break. Margarita, more space to go into than he's had all day. What can he do with it? Slides the pass off. The turn, the shot over the goal. Decent opportunity on the break from Curaçao. And it was the sub, the man who's just come on, Jafar Arias. It's played a bit behind him, has to turn. He's given space with his left foot, gets under it, and pulls it over the goal. What a way that would have been to get his first goal for Curaçao. Margarita putting a foot in, making it a bit uncomfortable. Played forward. Edge in the back. Moore committing the foul. Free kick Curaçao. Two more games in Group A tonight. Panama taking on Martinique, Guatemala taking on El Salvador, and after tonight we'll have a full setting of the first matches for these sides in Group A. Both of these teams would love to start with 3 points, start in the perfect way possible. Kenji Gore. Only a max 12 points, and they'll have 2 head-to-head matches between themselves. Wonder what the stakes will be when they next meet in Curaçao several months from now. Fizzed across the pitch. Low pass. It was a bit of a threat. Intercepted Ovray, can he keep it in play? He can. Slowed his run a bit. Played, and it's cleared away. Andre Raymond, sub now for Trinidad and Tobago. Tossing into Ovray. What a turn. Was he brought down illegally? The referee says no, but he does feel the effects of the challenge. Arkalo can just pass it off. We'll see if they'll stop play. I think off camera, just feeling the effects from that challenge is the youngster. Ovray. Very exciting young player. Hasn't been a match for the attacker for either side. He hasn't been able to come out in the fullest of forces so far. Let's just see it again. Goes down and he tries to pull off a really nice turn if it comes off here, but may have gotten caught a little bit as he tried to turn and hobbling off the field. We'll see if he's able to continue or if he'll need to be coming off. Looked to be a wave of I'm good to keep going. There is the headman though for the Zoka Warriors. Angus Eve, he earned himself extension through March of 2024. They got to the Gold Cup, got to the group stage of the Gold Cup. A country that likes to punch above their weight. 2006, became the smallest country to ever make it to a World Cup until Iceland did it in 2018. And in that 2018 cycle, many will remember Trinidad and Tobago not for making the World Cup, but for knocking the United States out of it. Out of qualification, that is. This was played forward. Clever touchdown. Pass bit under hit, fully cleared forward. Taking some awkward spin, but coolly headed back. Moore was on hand to try and press if any mistakes were made. Less than 10 minutes until we hit stoppage time. Will we see one team claim the 3 points, or will we have a scoreless draw to get Group A underway? Lacuna, his pass makes its way to the right side. Gore from distance, the shot's deflected. It'll go over the goal. It's going to be a corner kick. They'll do it on this near side. Looks to be Margarita is the man who's going to go over to take. They haven't had a ton of opportunities from set pieces. Curaçao haven't. Stood up to the back post. It's left. Kenji Gore, clipped in, headed down towards goal, but it'll go wide. We'll check it out again as this one's just going to make its way all the way to the back post of Kenji Gore, and it was a clever idea to try and clip it up. It would be awkward to deal with, but not a ton of power. Had to generate all the power themselves in the header. Going just wide of goal. Christian Lehim is going to be coming on in this one. Coming off looks to be Andre Rampersad. You can see two players embrace as Lehim comes on for his second appearance. 58 minutes against Guatemala back on June 11th. We're coming on to try and see this one out in a positive way. Breaking kindly, driving into the box. Getting across his opponent. Who did it touch last? Touched. Looks to be Florinus last. Nathaniel James also coming on in that moment. The 19-year-old getting involved in things immediately. It's making his international debut, Nathaniel James is. Turns aside. The corner kick. Shots. Top up through your screen. 11-5. Curaçao. Whipped in to the box. Dangerous headed over the goal. A great opportunity. It came quickly to look to be Nabil Hackshaw. Just got under the header. Went over the goal. That was a good opportunity. Nathaniel James serving that one in. He had his first call up. Gore, drop of the shoulder, slow roller. It's cleared away, scuffed out of play. 5 minutes, this match, end to end. Both teams getting opportunities with these set pieces. Can one of them find a decisive play? Try and take the 3 points. It's a big one for sure. Bonavaci, the short option. Gore with it. They'll roll it shortly. Gore. Margarita uses his body to hold off the ball. Trying to kick it past. Unable to. Massive challenge. Florinu saying that his opponent was not going to get past him. Bringing down Rion Moore. Goes into the referee's pocket for it. We'll see it again. Just gets across him. Massive coming together. Looks to be fortunate that Rion Moore moving smoothly after that. The right back knew that no risk. Left back, I should say, for Curaçao in this one. Booked. He certainly got his money's worth with the challenge. Great control, great speed. It's the debutante. James cuts it back. Nathaniel James trying the first time pass, wins a throw in. Tossed in, Moore. Back to Raymond, Andre Raymond. Towards the byline, whips it in, headed down, the debutante! 19 years old, debuting for his country, the shirt's off, but in his first time in the shirt, he makes it 1-0 for Trinidad and Tobago over Curaçao. What a moment. In the right place at the right time. Great work by Andre Raymond. Stands it up into the box. The header comes down and first time catches it sweetly. A special, special moment for the 19-year-old Nathaniel James. His first call up. Couldn't see the message on the shirt, but he had it ready. He'll be booked for the excessive celebration. Make his way back out to get involved in things, and he'll have to quickly get his mindset back to defending a lead that he has won in his very first match for his country. Now, how do Curaçao respond? Foul committed. Joe Margarita making his debut as well. He was trying to make something happen there, committing the foul. Now they will be in absolutely no rush for anything here. Will Trinidad and Tobago be? They know that they can try and just see this one out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that goal for Trinidad and Tobago was scored by number 11, Nathaniel James.
Confirmation from the PA and another roar, a second one for his home crowd. How about that for a moment at 19 years of age? Port of Spain here at Hasely Crawford Stadium, able to get his side potentially a massive 3 points here back in League A. There are implications here. There are a lot of opportunities to try and break into the Copa America. And if you get 3 points in the first match, it's big. It's again James into the box. Can he do something again? Is he brought down illegally? Referee says the ball was gotten. Only so much joy in one day for Nathaniel James. It's taken off of him. And Curaçao can try and bring it forward. They've got a minute until stoppage time hits. Likely won't be a ton of it. There might be a few minutes for them to try and eke out an equalizer and ruin the joy of James and the home crowd here in the northwest of Trinidad and Tobago. Fired forward. A great ball. Margarita making the run. Clipped forward. Juro Margarita, can he respond? Oh, what a save, one-on-one. Denzel Smith stands tall. In the 90th minute, keeps the lead. He was one-on-one. Kept his foot strong. Keeps it away. It's a corner kick, though. The opportunity's not fully gone for Curaçao. Wow, that was nearly it. A great 1-2. Margarita just getting in behind. It's a throw, rather, I believe. Spinning out of play. So we're past the 90 minutes. 7 minutes of stoppage time. Can Margarita get there? He can. It's low. It's cleared away, not fully dealt with, but it'll fall for Moore. Rion Moore. Great tackle from behind. And a foul committed. Leandro Bacuna doing enough. The referee telling Moore to be careful with his protests. Does put a foot in, you can see there. Commits the foul before Belfar took it off. Or Telfar, I should say, excuse me. Took it off his opponent. So 7 minutes of added time. There are still 6 minutes of it. And there's a chance to launch one forward. So another twist in the tail. Foul committed by Curaçao. Opportunity not here. They will try and bleed every second away from this clock. Smith long, flicked down. Clever pass, nodded away though. Stopping it from getting through to Telfer. Lofted forward. On the overlap. Kicked off. Throw. Curaçao not going down without a fight. Driving forward. Bacuna just off his foot. His opposite number takes it away, and it's cleared away. James, goal scorer. On the overlap, brilliant run forward. Bacuna whips one in, it's dangerous. Headed away, not fully dealt with. Kenji Gore onto the right, it's low, takes a deflection, and it'll be dealt with. Denzel Smith will fall on it. He'll burn every second off the clock that he can. Smith launches it forward. We're halfway through the stoppage time. Knotted down. Dornbush off his line to go deal with it. Plays it forward. Lofted forward. Ambitious. He'll get there though. Rewarded. It's low. Cleared away. Joe Margaritha rewarding the effort. Just under 3. Ohania. It's Gore. Kenji Gore. Did it touch him last? It did indeed. It's a goal kick. There is the man who's a difference maker currently, 19 years of age, his first call-up, his first minutes, his first goal for Trinidad and Tobago. What a moment to get at the Concacaf Nations League. His goal in the 87th minute, what separates us. Foul committed. Will be a free kick for Trinidad and Tobago, and they'll let that ball take every bounce it can, and the injury may feel that much worse. Do you need an extra few moments to collect yourself? Let's see it again. It's going to set up very kindly for him, but he's in the right spot, and that's not a gimme. It's not an easy goal in the slightest. Bouncing, falling on the half volley. He catches it. What a moment for him at 19. Nice drop of the shoulder. Ball out wide. Is there one last moment in this for Curaçao? It's clipped forward. Off his line. Aggressive. Smith gets it. Put it back up. There's a minute left of this one. Moore fighting. Great tackle. No, it was just a hair too strong. Commits the foul, and he's very frustrated with the referee, saying he got the ball. Referee disagrees, and it offers the opportunity for one last launch forward, one last kick. And tough to say, but did seem to get a lot of the ball. Rion Moore did. Referee disagreed. Dornbush. The goalkeeper will launch it. Headed away. Lofted. Lacuna brings it in. 15 seconds of the minimum remaining. It's whipped towards goal. Keeper going to claim, punches it. Telfer can carry. And that is it. A 19-year-old debutante wins the match for Trinidad and Tobago, and they go top of Group A, 3 points to start match day 1. What a moment at home. What a way to return to League A in the Concacaf Nations League. Two teams will try and digest that one. It's been an absolutely thrilling match, and it came to a head with Nathaniel James, the man for Club Sando FC in Trinidad and Tobago. He'll be embraced by all his players here tonight on his debut, on his first call-up, able to make that one 1-0. That's going to do it for our broadcast, for our entire production crew. I've been Jack Edwards, delighted to bring you Trinidad and Tobago and Curaçao, the final score being Trinidad and Tobago 1, Curaçao 0.